Today we'll do another very simple work night meal. We're going to make roasted string beans, which I've realized even kids love, and pork chops. For dessert, it's also going to be very simple. All I have is sliced melon. Okay, so yesterday was Irish soda bread, so today it's just going to be fruit. So what you want to do is rinse your string beans and cut the ends off. I do this on the weekend to save time during the week. And so I have the string beans rinsed and ends cut off. I let them dry at room temperature for a little while, and then I stick them in a plastic bag with a paper towel. So if there's any remnant water left, it just gets absorbed by the paper towel. And you can see the string beans are really in good shape. So I dump them into a bowl, and all I'm going to do now is grate pepper. I like pepper, so I'm going to be fairly generous with that. I'm going to sprinkle some salt, so salt and pepper to taste. I'm going to put about a tablespoon of canola oil and about a tablespoon of olive oil. And I'm going to toss it. And I'm going to put it into a cast iron pan. I'm going to try and get it into a single layer. And now I'm going to put it into an oven at 475 and for about 5 minutes, and then I will lower the oven to about 400 for another 10 minutes. The string beans will be light brown and a bit crunchy once they're done. And then we will start with the pork chops. So I'll be right back. Okay, so here I have 2 pork chops. I have some breadcrumbs, and I have an egg. What I'm also going to do now is go into the kitchen and turn a medium flame under my cast iron pan. Okay, so first let's season the pork chops. Again, just with some pepper. And salt. I'm going to beat the egg. Now remember, I put the salt and pepper on only one side, so I'm going to basically just rub the pork chops on both sides so the salt and pepper gets well distributed. I'm going to dip it in the egg. And then I'm going to dip it in the breadcrumbs. I'm going to do the same thing with the other pork chop. And then we're going to move into the kitchen. Okay, so now we have our 2 pork chops. They have been dipped in egg. They've been seasoned, dipped in egg, and breadcrumbs. Now you can use panko too. Panko is a Japanese type of breadcrumb, but you then have to be very careful with the temperature because it burns a little more easily. So what we're going to do is go to the kitchen now. Just quickly saute both sides so they're lightly brown. And then we're going to stick it into the oven at about 350. Okay, so let's move to the kitchen here and continue with the pork chops. All right, so hopefully you can see what I'm doing in the pan. I'm going to put in 1 chop on the side. On the side. You see how I positioned them so that they fit in very nicely. And I'm going to allow them to brown first on this side and then a bit on the other side, and then I'm going to put it in the oven. In the meantime, let me show you what's in the oven. We had put the string beans in there, so I'm going to toss them a little bit. And if you come a little closer here, you can see how they're beginning to brown. Which is absolutely perfect. Now these are pretty thick pork chops. So once I pop them into the oven, I'm going to turn the temperature down to 350 and I'm going to cook them for 20 minutes. I'm not browning them too much now because they will continue to brown in the oven. Okay, so I'm going to turn the stove off. I'm going to open the oven and pop them on in. Now I'm going to turn the oven down to 350. And I will see you in about 20 minutes.
Okay.
Well, we're done cooking here, and you can see we have our pork chops ready, and we have our string beans that are nice and wilted and brown and totally delicious, I'm sure. My kids actually love this, so let me show you. I'm going to plate it. So we have some string beans. I am going to put 1 pork chop on here. Now, what do you serve pork chops with? Like, usually it's a fruit compote of some kind. So, if you are tight on time, what I recommend is always keep a tin of cranberry sauce in your larder, and you can heat it up and just serve it with some cranberry compote. Alternatively, you might want to make some pepper jelly. This is mostly a mixture of red, yellow, green bell peppers and jalapeno. And this is a pepper jelly that you can find many recipes online. At some point I might show you how to do this as well, but I would just serve some pepper jelly compote on there. And here we have our dinner with our vegetables and our protein, and it's all ready. And if you're a student, you could have prepped this in 15 minutes and then studied while that pork chop was cooking for about 20 minutes. And now you're ready to have dinner. So bon appetit. See you next time.